and this is episode 135 of Seddy Bimco, Part 2, The Revenge. And this week, as you know, we're touring the United States, and sometimes we go to a United States territory. And we went to Guam this week to watch Max Havoc, Curse the Dragon, with guest, well, sometimes he's here anyway. He's the fill-in host, Kevin Kablasto.
Yes.
Round of applause. But before we get to the episode, I have an age-old question about revenge.
You know what? This is my favorite part of the show.
I know. Tell George.
I'm just going to be the polar opposite of George this entire episode.
Oh, I can't take that.
Yeah.
That's going to throw me. Well, my question, after Sleeping Beauty woke up, did she ever get revenge on Prince Charming for saying, "I hope you don't press charges on me like all the other sleeping ladies I tasted"? Yeah.
See, I was laughing so hard people can't tell that I went silent initially.
It's Seddy Bimco, Part 2, The Revenge. The show where we create revenge sequels that nobody wanted.
Well, this is Seddy Bimco. We create revenge sequels for movies that never got them. Even though this movie got some sort of DVD release sequel, I think.
It did, which
we're ignoring it. Oh, well, did you watch it?
No. But I will bring it up. This movie itself was the DVD release.
Was it?
Yes.
So the sequel was a direct-to-your-phone release? Maybe?
Yes.
You got it free when you signed up for Hulu?
Yeah. It's like how everyone put the Apple put the YouTube album that no one wanted. It's the same thing. So,
did you keep it?
I don't have any Apple devices.
No, I mean,
yeah. I've got a Droid.
Well, did you buy a vinyl version of that?
I did, and then I couldn't figure out how to play it on my phone, so I returned the record.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I don't even know if I ever heard that album.
Nobody has.
Yeah.
I don't think it existed.
Yeah.
So when we watch movies from before 2000, I like to place them in time as to where they were released.
But wait, what year did this come out? This isn't from before 2000.
Well, I'm explaining to the audience if they're not here all the time.
Yeah, but you already broke your rule.
No, I'm just saying if the movie was released before 2000.
Okay, I see.
I'm talk about what year it was released in relation to Star Wars. But
why don't I let you go?
Let me go.
Yeah. No. I'm not firing you. I'm just letting you continue.
But if it's after the year 2000, like this movie came out in 2004.
It did.
I place it as to how far before or after The Passion of the Christ came out.
Why? Why not Phantom Menace?
And this is the same year.
Oh, wow.
2004.
Now I know why. Yes.
That's why this movie didn't do well. It was got Passion of the Christ just sucked up all the audience. Sucked it up.
I like to place movies compared to when the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey took place.
Really? That's not allowed.
Took place. So
Okay.
this came out 3 years after.
True. How about the genetic wars in Star Trek that spawned such villains as Khan? It took place in the late 1990s.
That was supposed to have taken place?
Yeah.
So wait.
Watch that.
What year was the
episode?
I did. That's the... Oh, man. I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time. What year did the original Star Trek take place in?
Like 200 years in the future, I think.
Yeah, but from the 60s?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. What year was TNG?
TNG?
TNG.
Oh, TNG? That's 100 years after Star Trek.
Mm. Okay.
Because you remember who was the cameo in the first episode of
Bones.
See.
Done.
Little
Bam.
guy.
That's how I earned my cred.
So did you watch? I didn't realize. I think I didn't know those one more episodes. So don't say anything. But did you watch The Penguin?
I watched it all. I
didn't see the last episode.
I watched 2 episodes last night. So therefore, I know I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. I was surprised when our pet showed up. And sorry. I forgot you haven't seen the end. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Not enough that like I would need to rewatch that.
No.
But I liked it. Honestly, I haven't seen The Batman since I saw it in the theater. I liked it just fine. But it just hasn't been a movie where I felt like I needed to see it again. So
I didn't like it so much because his cape had no scallops. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. And now that you said something, it is going to bug me.
And he wears a little cowl.
Yeah.
I don't like those two things.
I mean, he's been drawn with a small cowl.
2 thumbs down from me.
A lot. Oh, boy. So, but what about when he had his
no Robin.
His flight suit? He jumped off the bridge and had his flight suit?
I'm forgetting. I watched it at home, I think, during the pandemic.
Okay.
Didn't it? Was end of the pandemic it came out, kind of?
I don't live in your house with you, so I don't know when you watched it.
No, but didn't it come out then? That's what I'm saying.
It's a good question. Let's see.
Type,
Batman 2022. What year was the pandemic?
It was winding down, 2022, right?
Okay, I guess so. I was back in theaters. But,
you were back in what?
Back in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
Theater.
I thought you said back in Peters.
Yes.
Is that where you used to work? Peters?
Yes. We have a theater called Peters.
So
anyway, yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's an okay show. You watched Agatha all along?
No. That was terrible. That I had to turn off.
Really?
I got like 2 episodes in, and I just did not care, and I just shut it off.
I didn't love it either.
No.
Do you want to know the twist, or do you care?
Yeah.
Do you know the twist?
I don't. Some things have popped up, and it's basically people talking about a character's costume. And I'm like, if that's the twist, I saw that coming. Just tell me
the twist is that the kid was possessed by Wanda's made-up son, because that kid died and then was possessed, and he created the Witch's Road just like Wanda created that town.
Okay.
And he kills 2 women that die on that. And at the end, he's like, "Hey, we're together as a team now, and I'm a murderer."
Okay.
So,
I mean, I
didn't love it.
I knew from reading the comics that kid was one of her kids.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
Well, it's obvious there's going to be more, so you should get on board, Kevin.
I'm jumping off. Agatha all along. Agatha not at all. That's what I call it. Yes.
That's a good segue to talk about Guam.
Yeah.
We went to the territory of Guam.
You know what I
US
heard about?
Territory.
You know what I heard with the twist of Agatha all along was when they went to Guam.
Right.
There. Yeah.
George does a lot of these facts when he's here. I did a few.
How about we alternate?
Okay.
You start, and then I'll do one.
The first European to travel to Guam was Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan. Did you know that? Sailing for the King of Spain.
That guy got around.
It was not officially claimed for Spain until January of 1565.
Your birthday.
Yep. There's my fact. That's all I did, really.
Good. I was going to say, they are the #1 exporter of Guami bears.
Oh, I love those.
That's where they originated. You have no other facts, so we can't alternate. Brilliant.
That's all I did.
Okay.
I looked at the flag, which was it shows up in this film for the first time. One of the flags of one of the states or territories shows up in the film.
I have more facts, by the way.
Well, I'm talking about the flag, and then you can do your fact.
You love to.
I didn't like the flag because it separates the word Guam with the tree. It's badly designed.
So wait, is the flag, the one I saw just had like a little symbol, like in a diamond, like this?
Well, I think there's 2 different flags. There's like the official flag and then the state flag.
Okay. Is it a state?
It's a territory. If it were a state of the United States, it would have like a farmer holding a shovel and a lady holding a pitchfork, and they'd be looking at each other like they're angry.
You're referring to where was that Wendigo movie where it was like 2 whatever that flag was. Anyway, another fun fact is that they are the inventor of the coconut.
It's like, that's right. It floated, I think, Then they floated them over to Hawaii.
That's right. Another fun fact, Mark Twain is buried there.
I knew that. Can't fool me.
Yeah.
I think his white suit is on display there.
That's right. And they put a coconut where the head should be.
Yes. Stuck a mustache on it.
That's right.
Max Havoc. It was was just another dream assignment. Surf, sand, sports, celebrities.
Look at you, Mad Max.
I do want to say something.
You do whatever you want.
You filled in kind of the last minute, so I didn't make you search for a movie. I said, how about Guam? Got this movie.
Yeah, about...
Or we could have watched a movie called The Fireball, starring Mickey Rooney from 1950, which is partially filmed in Guam, and he would have been a young roller derby star. And instead, we watched this movie, which you said is terrible, which I say is terrible, this movie called Max Havoc. Now, wouldn't you have rather watched Mickey Rooney on roller skates trying to get adult roles?
No, not at all.
Monroe guest starring?
This movie had a bikini babe on the poster, so I was in. Sorry, George, you missed out again.
We're watching that someday. Mickey Rooney.
Go ahead.
Roller derby star.
Yeah. No, that movie looked terrible.
I know.
Absolutely abysmal.
Did you know? Are you aware? Because I didn't know this. Like Dana Carvey, he was on TV before SNL. He was on some shows, and he was on a show with Mickey Rooney and who's the guy in the birdcage that's not Robin Williams?
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane. They played college students, and their roommate was Mickey Rooney for some contrived reason. He had to live with them.
That's amazing.
I think it's called One of the Guys, canceled after 8 episodes. So I wish awesome. Dana Carvey had a whole podcast to talk about stuff with him, because he mentions him if you talk to him about it, how he just complained about how he used to be a big star and had money. If you don't know, he gambled his money away.
Who?
Mickey Rooney.
Okay, good. I was hoping you weren't talking about Dana Carvey.
Oh, yeah. He had several wives, and Mickey Rooney went to the hospital one night for a routine outpatient operation. Rich guy. And he's like, yeah, I'll stay in the hospital all night. I don't have to be here, but I'll stay. So at home that night, his wife and her lover were mysteriously murdered.
What?
Yep.
What are you? What?
He knew she was having an affair. You can look that stuff up.
Oh, my God.
No charges. No proof. Hey, just happened to go to the hospital that night. That was lucky.
Oh, my God. Wasn't Mickey Rooney like in Pete's Dragon?
Was that him? I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
I thought I knew him from some stuff as a kid. And, yeah.
It wasn't Don Rickles in Pete's Dragon?
It certainly was not. Now I need to look it up. Hold on.
What, the whole murder?
No. Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
Yes, I'm correct. Mickey Rooney was Lampy in Pete's Dragon. So.
Wow.
Yep. And that was from your era.
Wow.
1977.
What's worse, that he murdered his wife or he played a terrible Asian man in
well, he didn't just oh my God, I forgot about that
movie.
And Breakfast at Tiffany's. Wow, man, he has a history.
Yep, he has a history.
Now I kind of wish we did do the other movie. Well, we're talking about him anyway.
We'll have to watch One of the Guys sometime. That sitcom he was should we talk about this movie?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Max Havoc, Curse of the Dragon, straight to DVD action flick, directed by Albert Poyen. Is that how you say his name?
It's pronounced Pune.
You know what else he did, right?
Yeah, well, he did a bunch of stuff.
Captain America from the 90s, or was it 89?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I guess it depends.
The Sword and the Sorcerer, Cyborg.
Yes, yeah, Cyborg is the big one that a lot of people
Have you seen that one?
Yep.
Okay.
And
is that more fun? More fun bad?
I mean, I saw it when I was young and I liked it, but I also probably felt like I was watching something I shouldn't. So, that was part of it. That being said, I know that our friends over at Bet and Spider are big fans of him, and RIP, he passed away, I think in the past couple of years.
Yeah, I read that.
But
they're fans of this, huh?
No. I don't know if they've seen this movie. They're fans of him.
Because I'm going to say, you had us watch Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Oh my God!
Similar idea, but this movie just didn't go all the way. No blood, no snap.
No nudity.
There's a few lines that are really stupid. Yeah, but no. I'm surprised that
no snakes with
puppet snakes.
Yeah, no. What was it? Snakes with infected with radiation and cancer. Or
I thought it was
something like
rat
that.
cancer.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah.
I was very surprised there was no nudity because they're in bikinis. I thought they're going to be nude any minute, changing their clothes.
Yep. And no, that we had a scene of someone changing their clothing, and it was the most They showed everything, and it was the most tame scene I've ever seen. If someone changed their clothing.
So
I get more of a thrill looking in the mirror. So,
really? I find it hard to believe.
No, I've broken all the mirrors in my house, so I don't look
on
at
purpose
myself.
with a hammer.
Yep. I've got a real Dorian Gray situation going on.
So, I didn't. Did you write down a synopsis? I didn't. It's pretty easy.
No, but
you want to try, or you want me to try?
Lady steals. Well, you can try. It's your show.
Well, it's about Max Havoc, who seems to be a former kickboxer turned Peter Parker photographer. He gets sent around the world to take pictures, and yes, a woman who I'm unclear who she is steals a jade dragon.
Yeah,
and the people she stole it from are black dragons who work for Yakuza, even though they're run by a white guy named David Carradine.
Well, I don't know if they ever name his character, so we'll just call him David Carradine because that's who played him.
And it's very sacred to them, so obviously they come after this. Another girl gets a hold of it, and it's like, ooh, worth a lot of money. I don't care where it's from.
Yep,
cultural appropriation.
Yeah,
and they come after her.
I will say there's a guy with no facial hair or hair.
That's right.
And he was, well, maybe you want to watch the movie. I was scanning through and just saw this guy with no eyebrows and no hair in his head, and I'm like, we're watching this one. When you gave me the option between the two.
Have you seen The Wall, Pink Floyd's The Wall?
Yeah.
Oh, you like that too. This guy shaves his eyebrows and his head and everything.
It's entirely different scene. Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that scene. That scene used to stick with me. Whenever I'd go to shave, I used to thought about that. Shave my eyebrows off. Yeah.
When you shaved your nipples.
Oh my God.
Ouch.
Yes, that was the bit. Yeah, that's about it.
There's no stars. Oh, well, there are. I'm sorry.
David Carradine is
and Richard Roundtree, Shaft.
Oh my God, yes.
They have two big cameos that just do not much. But
can I blow your mind?
Sure.
So, Pune shot the film, and then they brought in someone else. They didn't like it enough. This film had a lot of litigation and a lot of stuff that basically the producers promised Guam that they would get give us a loan and you'll get money back. And then they didn't. It took them forever to settle. But past that, the studio, I guess, if you want to call it a studio, direct to DVD, wasn't happy. So they basically had someone else shoot some additional things. That director, who you can look up his name, but
no,
he felt bad for Pune. Like he didn't want to do that to him.
Right.
So he went uncredited. But all of the scenes, there was 10 days of shooting in LA, and that was the scenes with David Carradine and Richard Roundtree, the guy who played Shaft. Right. Those were not in the original cut.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yes, because
it's so bizarre.
Well, we'll talk about it, but their appearances are completely coincidental, even though they're important for the movie.
They're key for the movie.
It's just all accidents.
David Carradine is the main villain.
Yep.
Although if you think about it, the reality is you never actually see him in a shot with anyone.
He's always on the phone, so they could have intercut someone else to be the main villain. He's always on the phone telling somebody to do something.
Totally. And Richard Roundtree's character
dies early.
Yeah, he dies, and that's enough to kind of get some things to happen. But also, it's completely random that he would show up in Guam.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to it.
None of it makes sense. So
nope, not much. We start.
I will just tell you this: that this movie and the sequel were originally meant to launch into a TV show.
Oh, I did read that.
Okay. And the second movie is called Max Havoc Ring of Fire.
Yeah. And
that's about Max Havoc drinking an entire bottle of hot sauce.
I thought it was about him meeting Johnny Cash. Right back at you.
I went with flaming buttholes, but still. Anyway, okay. So what do we got?
Well, I thought of you at the beginning. It's just a lot of motorcycles riding around, and Max is there photographing them.
I love doing motocross, so I can see why you'd think of me.
But right away, I don't know what you watched this on YouTube.
I watched the same link you sent.
So many ads for me.
I am not promoting it, but I have a free 3-month trial of YouTube without ads. Man. So I got really lucky in that I was able to watch this without ads.
Big commercial. Chicago's having a concert in Las Vegas. I thought you should know that.
I was so confused. Like, okay. The band Chicago. Yes. Yep. Which I didn't realize were still around, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, Vegas. They're advertising it.
Okay. So what you're telling me is I have to fill in for you as well that week.
That was my ads. Yeah, you do.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the movie. Our hero Max, he's like Peter Parker. He's showing his photographs to his editor, who used to be his boxing coach.
No.
Not coach. Promoter.
No. Yeah, something like that.
His coach is Richard Roundtree, Shaft.
Yeah.
So he took pictures and
they're just guys on bikes. He's a sports photographer, to be specific. He's not just a photographer. So.
Before he goes back to the office, I'm sorry, I missed a spot that you probably like, right? You want to talk about this? He's shooting pictures. I don't know where with the motorbikes, but he goes to a bar and a lady plays with his lens and asks him what he does. Did you write down what she said? Because Kevin loves writing down what she's.
I did because I had to turn on closed captioning because
I did too.
Because I was missing lines of dialogue. A, that said characters' names. B, because I realized that there's some real clunkers in there.
She likes his big lens. That's about all she said.
Yeah, and then a giant dude comes in. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing with my woman?"
Well, first she says, "Take pictures of me," and all she does is move the top of her blouse around. She's not like pulling it down or anything. She's just like moving it. But the big guy shows up and
she stands in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Away from both of them. Yeah, and then the guy comes in and it's like, "What are you doing with my woman?" and blah, blah, blah. It felt like a setup by her entirely.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like she does this every single night.
Yes.
And then that giant guy and his buddy just get in fights every single night.
And this is how they show us that Max is a master of Taekwondo, which I guess the real actor is involved with Taekwondo.
I think he was a stunt double originally.
So he beats up all these guys.
Which is fine.
And it's a really rough cut. They rough cut to downtown where a woman is.
Well, yeah. The weird thing is you start with credits and it's motocross. Then you have this bar scene. And then we go back to credits in Japan. Because so obviously they're like, this is boring. We have to throw something in. Mm-hmm. But we haven't finished the credits yet. So immediately it's a sign of quality.
Because there's a woman with a mask who steals cash out of a drawer and then steals this very valuable jade dragon. We never know who she is, right? Or why she's stealing.
No, we don't know why she steals that. And once we find out why it's valuable, it doesn't make any sense that she would even steal it.
Or that she'd take the cash instead of that. But whoever she is.
But she sets off an alarm after she steals it.
Can we talk about her outfit?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to talk about next. Okay. So David Carradine shows up, so you know that he's involved and she stole it from him. Mm-hmm. She's outside then, and she's wearing a sports bra, a backpack, a face mask, and pants. So, yes, a lot of skin showing.
Yeah, the alarm goes off, and she fights off these goons, except for, does she kill them all except the main guy?
I don't know. I was confused.
She steals their car.
There's a bunch of ninjas, and then there's a guy who's not a ninja. Yeah. Ninjas meaning they have face masks. And then a guy with a blue shirt and a blazer.
And swords, and she defeats them all. No blood. Here's where I'm no blood. They couldn't afford to cut a head off or something.
Yeah. The entire scene is nonsensical. And so we find out, though, that she stole someone's ashes.
Yeah.
And then there's weird David Carradine dialogue where they're saying, like, secure the dragon at once. All of the black dragons are at risk. Find the jade dragon, which at the time I thought made no sense, but later.
He's talking to Aya.
Yeah.
And nobody ever opens this, because when he said ashes, the whole time I'm like, is someone going to open this? It's going to fall out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it was fused in there.
Spoiler alert. They never open it.
No.
It's just this random jade dragon, and it's not like, oh, this is valuable. It's personally valuable to those people.
They mentioned briefly, I thought something supernatural had to do with it. Didn't you hear that? And I thought, is something supernatural going to happen?
I thought so, but then I realized the budget of this movie. So So we go back.
No supernatural.
We go back to California.
This is the office where all the photos are on the wall.
Yeah.
We see a photo of Max, who's a boxer. We get the first of a flashback that we see 50 times in this movie.
Kickboxer.
Kickboxer, I know.
Yes. And yeah, Mad Max. They keep calling him Mad Max, which I'm amazed they didn't get a copyright strike.
It doesn't matter if it's now or later, but we see the flashback like 10 times. He got in a fight. He got mad.
Yep.
And he kills a man.
They show it outright at the beginning.
And for some reason, David Carradine's there. Is he the owner of the other boxer, I think?
That's what I thought, and there's never any clarity on it.
Nope.
Also, I like how you say owner. Not manager, but owner. But no, I think you're right, though. I think it was something shady.
Yeah.
Where it was like, this guy was like his servant, and he's like, so.
Did you know Max took pictures of Miss Alfie's... Alfie Zuzu for the May 2005 issue of Playboy?
Yes.
By the way, you knew that?
2005 issue?
Yeah, you got that one?
Yes.
You know what her turn-ons were?
Actually, my subscription ended a month before that, so I don't have that one.
It's too bad. Alfie Zuzu.
What are Alfie Zuzu's turn-ons?
Playing cards.
Okay.
Her turn-offs.
Yep.
Playing dead for weird boyfriends.
Okay.
What she likes men to do.
Mm-hmm.
She likes men to play Grateful Dead records while they play cards.
Okay.
What do men do to annoy her? You want to guess?
Record podcasts?
No. Tell her about how Pigpen is their favorite Peanuts character.
Very specific.
If you're really old and like the Grateful Dead, you'll get that.
I'm guessing Pigpen is your favorite, Tim.
My favorite Grateful Dead member or Peanuts character?
Yes.
My least favorite Grateful Dead, most favorite Peanuts.
I was going to say, I guess both you'd be talking to through a cloud of smoke.
Yes.
So it doesn't really
True.
matter.
Good one.
Yeah.
Flashback.
Yeah, we ended the flashback.
And then I think just his boss says, you're going to Maui to film.
Okay.
Wait, is that what oh no, you're going to Guam to film.
Yeah.
What's he supposed to do? It's for a hotel opening?
I have no damn idea. That's a good question.
But here's an odd thing Max says. He's like, Guam? I almost broke my neck taking pictures of a surfing competition in Maui. That's just weird. I mean, you get to go to Maui, Guam.
Oh, you know why? I think this film was originally meant to be this movie was supposed to be filmed multiple places. They mentioned, I think, filming in Hawaii, and then they also we're going to film in like Florida, and for a bunch of different reasons, they had to keep moving it around, and they ended up in Guam. So
nice.
Yeah, I think they just didn't adjust the script at all. And
I also did some research as to how he almost broke his neck taking pictures of the surfing competition.
Let's hear it.
You sure you want to hear this?
Yes. That's why I'm.
One reason we think there's several possibilities.
I was going to explain why I want to hear it, but go ahead.
Oh, we didn't mention this yet, but this whole movie, he wears sandals. He's like a taekwondo guy.
Oh yeah,
he just wears sandals, the worst sandals.
I didn't notice till the final fight.
Sandals I wear.
Yeah,
his crappy sandals.
Yeah, he was kicking a guy in the face with him in the final fight.
So one reason he almost broke his neck taking pictures of the surfing competition in Maui was he wore his sandals while surfing. He's not supposed to do that. Also, he wore his chum-flavored swimsuit while surfing in shark-infested waters.
That's pretty good.
And also, he accidentally used one of those rare exploding surfboards. That's all.
That's good, too. I listened for... Yes?
I'm sorry, I'm doing all the talking. I got another ad. And it's an ad for new gun holsters that are very comfortable, so you can wear your gun all day. This is a real ad.
You are constantly complaining about your current gun holder.
I am. He even wears a dress in one scene, so you can pull up his dress and like pull out the gun because the holster fits comfortably under your dress.
A man wears a dress?
Yeah. I'm like, why didn't you hire a woman to just do that? I mean,
amazing.
To give the example. Anyway.
Huh. I thought you were just dropping. Wait, are you dropping hints for Christmas?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Now we go to Guam.
Okay.
You're right. I see what I have the notes. There's a lady looking at the sign of Guam, and it gets blurry, like she's having a little seizure.
Yeah.
She's just high. I don't know.
I figure she looks like she's in ecstasy.
Yes, ecstasy.
Yeah. And she smiles. And then we have a montage of Guam tourism.
Oh, yeah, it looks nice. It's like
videos.
surfing, scuba, ladies in bikinis, men rowing boats.
Yep.
And Max. Does he go to the pawn shop first?
No, she does.
Our mysterious woman who stole the statue. We don't know.
I literally just had to write down lady.
Yep.
I don't think we ever hear her name, and I don't really care.
And she drops it off because she's like, I need the money. She pawns it.
Yeah, so that she sells it to a guy.
Shaft.
We later find out.
Tashi or Tassi?
Yeah.
That's Shaft's name. Richard
Tassi.
Roundtree. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently his name's Tassi.
Okay.
Which logically. And so she sells it to him and says, like, I'll be back in 24 hours for it. So I don't, you know.
We don't know what she's doing.
No. She gets some money for it, and I don't know. Regardless, more Guam tourism shots. Then Max visits, I wrote down the black dude.
Oh.
Because we don't know his name at this point.
But didn't you know he's Shaft? Didn't you know he's Richard Roundtree?
I do. Honestly, I didn't recognize him. And then I recognized him today, and I felt like an idiot. I recognized him, but I didn't know how I recognized him. Anyway, so he visits Dick, and I wrote down, why is Max in Guam? So thank you for answering that.
Yeah, photos.
But also, why is Tassi?
Yeah, why does he happen to be there?
Yeah,
that's why it's totally coincidence.
Yeah. So
he's like, hey, you're here. Hey, I'm doing an assignment. And he has a flashback again.
Yeah. And so he like catches up, and then we have more Guam tourism shots. It just keeps going.
Because Max is on his jet ski.
Yeah. And he's shooting dudes in longboats, meaning shooting it with a camera.
Yeah. And he splashes them. He is an idiot. I don't like him at all in this movie. It's nothing to like about him.
No, he's very unlikable. There's a blonde girl on the beach, and she sees another girl in the water, and the longboats are headed towards her. So she goes into the water.
She's gonna warn her. She's snorkeling. It's her sister.
Yeah, we found out it's her sister.
But Max sees her too.
Yes.
And it's very daring, very tense-filled scene.
Yes.
He gets her out of the water before a rowboat.
Yes. Yes, before she gets rowed into. And the blonde girl in the water, there's no way in hell she was going to get to her sister, or her sister could hear her. So instead, she just basically makes herself be at risk as well. Yeah. So whatever. Max saves the one girl. Mm-hmm. Both girls are kind of pissy with him at first. The dark-haired one's Christy, and then
the older one is Jade, right?
No, that's a dragon. Jade is the dragon.
Her name is
Jane. Jane.
Her name is Jane Goody. That's like, wow.
Yes. And Christy Goody. Yeah. What is it? Macho is the dude in the longboat.
They say Moko because you're going to say he comes ashore and he just knocks people over trying to come beat up Max.
Yes. And so after Max flips him, flips Moko, then all of a sudden Jane is nice.
Oh, yeah. They like him now.
Yeah.
This movie's total.
It makes no sense.
Oh, because he's a muscular guy. He knows Taekwondo.
But he saved her sister, and then she was pissed, but then it makes no sense.
Oh, I know. And you saw what I saw. This is odd. I was thinking about the whole movie.
Oh, my God.
He wears a necklace that seems to have a tiny bagel.
Yes.
Or a Cheerio.
It's so either a large Cheerio or a small bagel.
And you sent me a picture. I'm like, yes, I don't know what that was.
It's so bizarre. And it's not like, the shells necklace. It's this odd specific choice to this movie. And they never bring it up. You think they're going to talk about it like, oh, this is my lucky necklace. Good thing I had this on. Or, this is an ancient thing passed down. Nope.
Well, I made a list.
Good.
Because you told me you didn't make any.
Yeah.
Why does Max have a mini bagel on his necklace? Well, one reason, because a bagel-sized bagel necklace would look silly.
That's good.
He wanted a Cheerio necklace, but all he could find was a mini bagel necklace. And it reminds him of the time he was taking pictures of the surfing competition in Maui, and he almost broke his neck slipping on that banana bagel.
What the hell is a banana bagel?
I know there's one out there.
I was really hoping he was at like a Hasidic Jew competition, and they gave it to him.
Oh, yeah. Let me read that again.
Okay.
It reminds him of the time he was taking pictures of this Hasidic Jew surfing competition in Maui. He almost broke his neck. That banana bagel.
That's good.
Okay.
No, you don't have to have banana. You can cut banana. Anyway, whatever. That's as good as it's gonna get. Let's just keep going.
Should I read it again?
No. All right. So yeah, go ahead. Don't do a
so
spit take.
Sorry.
Yes.
Then I get another ad. An ad for how to grow your penis large.
Well, I think
just guns, penis enlargement.
I think between the hidden gun and the penis enlargement, you know.
But here's the thing: the woman in the commercial, she looked 30 at the oldest. She could have been 25.
Well,
and
she has need to grow her penis.
Yeah, but she says, because I got closed captioning on mine too.
Yes.
She says this drug worked. It made her 65-year-old husband's penis work just like a 25-year-old's. That's her line.
No. Oh no! Wait a minute. So that's not a penis growing pill. That's
for enlarging your small penis. Yes. Or I don't know. I was just like dumbfounded by this ad that had bad dubbing with a woman that looked very young. Talking about her 65-year-old husband's penis.
Let's move on from.
You sure?
This
sure you want to move on?
Yes.
But Christy, here's one of a really bad line that's like I remembered where Christy says she's going to be a heart surgeon. Yeah. And their last name is Goody, and Max says, "Goody for you." Did you hear? Did you catch that?
I did, but I didn't write that one down.
Like, ooh, so patronizing.
I wrote down where he said, "I'm just a photographer." Yep, that's the way it is.
I missed that, but that's how he talked.
I'm like, what the hell? That might have been when I put closed captioning on because I didn't believe what I was hearing.
Well, Jane's her name?
Yes.
He says, "I love South Pacific art." And Max goes, "I love South Pacific art." Ooh.
And she owns a gallery in San Francisco. Yes. And then they have this weird scene where they're walking and she's talking and she says how she travels the world on melatonin but never sleeps.
Yeah.
Never wins the lottery. Never gets the haircut she wants, but she's still addicted to the idea that something good will happen.
And he's not walking away.
What the hell? I'm like, did Tim write this dialogue?
I did.
This makes no sense.
They called me for help.
It was so bizarre. So bizarre. Oh, and so she mentions throughout the movie, just so I can bring it up here, you know, she talks about having this art gallery, but then you also find out that she has no money.
No parents.
No parents, no money. It's just her and her sister. And she brings up having no money a bunch.
No morals, as we'll find out.
Yes, exactly. so they go to see Tassi, which is...
I think it's just the girl alone.
Not a fitting name. Yeah, Jane. Jane goes to visit him.
He's trying to sell her a fertility statue, by the way. He's like, "Hey, check this
out." You're right.
She's like,
I for some reason I didn't find that strange that I just left it out of my notes because I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So, oh my God, literally, she wants to buy the statue.
Of course,
that's it. And then what?
Well, the woman said, well, he did say, "I can't guarantee I won't sell it," but she says, "I'll be back for it in 5 days, and if I'm not, don't wait for me. It's yours."
I don't think it was even 5 days. It was 24 hours.
Yeah. And he's well, the woman was pretty nutty. I can't really give this to you. And she's like, "Oh, come on." He says, "Oh, okay."
And she again, she has no money. No. So
really, didn't she pay him for that? Like $2,000 or something?
Maybe something like that. Which also she's paying for her sister's schooling.
Yeah, to be a surgeon. Heart surgeon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Max said, "Goody for you."
Yes.
Good luck with that. A girl doctor.
So then we just go to a bunch of people dancing in Guam. Just another random shot. Then they're at a museum, and Max is taking photos, and he's taking photos of photos.
Yes, that's what I said. He's supposed to be doing advertising photos for this hotel. He's just taking pictures of pictures.
He's taking pictures of pictures, like signs and stuff. And then he gets a photo of someone's neck tattoo.
The woman, we know it's Aya. It's the assassin lady.
So they go to dinner.
No, don't they go to a party? Because she's like, you like adrenaline like me. They're all like that. They're like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
addicted to adrenaline, right? And he's like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and she says, let me show you some real culture.
You like oxygen? I like oxygen.
Kind
of things they say. They go to a big party.
Yeah. So they go to a concert, which I'm pretty sure was just a real concert that was happening.
Yeah.
And they kind of cut into
Yep.
they're like, oh, just film this and then we can't afford to actually put on a concert. So
Moko shows up.
yeah. Well,
He reminds me so much of the big bully nerd in Revenge of the Nerds, which I don't remember that film well, but we all remember the bully nerd, right? It's like a stupid guy. That's what Moko reminds me of.
Yeah.
He just shows up again. It's like, ooh, you. I don't know what he says, but he's still angry.
So, first of all, Max orders a club soda, and she makes fun of him. All you ever drink is a club soda.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was up with that.
I don't know.
This movie was very clean cut. No actual
yes.
scenes of sex, no nudity, no blood.
No, barely. I don't even know if we see a kiss. We barely see a kiss. So anyway, Max beats him up again. The end.
Yeah.
Then the blonde lady goes home, looks out her window, and sees an Asian woman, an Asian woman outside in a chair,
watching her.
Because there's a couple in this movie.
This is a sexy scene where she takes off a dress, but she's in a bikini. And
she's changing, and so she says she's going to the penthouse.
Right.
So this is where she's talking about how she's poor, and then she reveals she's bankrupt and spends all of her money on her sister's schooling, and she's changing in front of her sister.
Mm-hmm.
And least sexy changing scene ever. It's like she has a snowsuit on, and she adds layers on top of it, basically. So.
But then doesn't she say she has a Jade Dragon? I have it in my notes here.
Yeah, Shurio says she has a Jade Dragon.
Thinks it'll be worth a lot. She doesn't care where it's from.
Yes.
She's a terrible person.
Which I don't know who she's going to sell it to when there's one guy in the island.
Yeah, who
Yeah, exactly. Who buys this stuff. So anyway.
We do see Shaft's store, I think, at this point. Shaft's, who had the Jade Dragons. Is it the hairless man that comes in that you like?
Yes.
He's asking who bought it, where it is. Mm-hmm. And Shaft's like, oh, some fat guy.
Well, wait. There's a murder. So
the woman first.
Yeah, the hairless guy's there. That woman, who we don't know who she is, who stole it, happens to show up.
Right.
And then gets...
boring murders. That's why I don't remember the murders.
No, she gets beat up and murdered, but it's so boring.
I don't mean to be like that. I just say nothing.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's like a TV show from the 70s.
It's so tame. So then Tassi, like you said, gets asked who did it, where did it go, and he said, "Oh, I don't know, some Asian guy," and then he gets murdered.
Yes,
and the guy drops a flower on him. Like in Frank Miller's, is it Born Again or Year One?
Daredevil,
yeah.
Batman?
Yep. Yes.
Sin City? I don't know.
Yes, exactly. So, anyway, so then we've got Debbie, who's a lady on the beach.
Oh, I love this scene.
Yeah.
Do you wish to describe it?
Well, first of all, did you recognize what quote unquote actress that was?
Is that the one you sent me who's on Dancing with the Stars or something?
No, Tim,
I didn't.
That was the main blonde woman that's in this
woman. Oh, this woman is on Baywatch? Yes. I looked her up. So
it's Carmen Electra.
That's right. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. It's the second Carmen Electra movie I've seen this week. We watched Scary Movie the other day. And she shows up at the beginning. And
I heard you watch Speed too.
Oh my God. I could talk about that for an hour.
You never saw it?
No, I never saw
Speed 2.
Because we were at the library and they had dollar DVDs.
Okay.
We're like, time for Speed 2.
I never wanted to see that. So.
I didn't see Speed 1 until the past 5 years during the pandemic. And I liked Speed 1. Speed 2 was... I rarely get... we watch total shit on the show.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. And I rarely get angry in a movie. I mean, the ones that you pick, I typically get angry at. Although you pick this one, but...
See, it's for me.
This one was harmless. Speed 2 was harmful. I got both Megan and I were very angry at that movie.
And that's about a fast boat, right?
Yes. I mean, it's about a cruise ship.
Can they steer the cruise ship?
There is a point where they can't stop it.
So, but if they can steer it, what's the problem?
They can't stop it, and it's going into like.
Is it going to explode eventually?
It's a great question. Listen, I've never felt so stupid watching Speed 2. Not because the movie was making me dumber, but both Meg and I were kind of watching it, and we tried watching it enough to see if we could enjoy it. But it's so fucking convoluted and so poorly written and edited. You don't know what the hell's going on. Willem Dafoe.
Oh, he's in it?
He is. That's why we watched it, because we love Dafoe. And he, we don't know what his motivations were. We don't know. The movie was originally written to be a Die Hard movie.
Oh, interesting.
Which kind of makes more sense.
He was probably the brother of the dead villain in the first movie.
I made that joke.
Okay.
When we were watching this, and that was before we knew that this was made as a Die Hard movie originally.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, anyway, this balcony scene, you want to explain it?
Yeah, sure. He's talking to Carmen Electra, and he's just returning his vest or whatever, and she's trying to
he rented the jet ski, by the way, I think.
Yes.
She's the jet ski renter.
And she's trying to get him to go on a date, and because he's a hunk and all the ladies love him. And
he likes oxygen and she likes oxygen.
That's about right. So, but yeah, then our lead ladies, Jane and whatever, her sister, see him from the balcony.
From a distance.
Yes. Yeah. Way, way, way up. And just assume that.
It's like, well, that's it for him.
Yep, exactly.
Talking to another girl.
Yeah. So immediately, and they can't hear the dialogue. They can't. So, yep, immediately reject him. Look.
And then he walked to the bar and talked to that girl and bought a drink from her.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then he's talking to, what's his name? Moko.
He's talking to Moko.
He's Moko. He's constantly touching Moko. He's constantly throwing him.
They become friends, by the way. Moko's like, hey, man.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, later on, they become friends in the most awkward scene where he apologizes to him. And then they're just like, it's okay. And they do this it's kind of like in Predator, but bad.
Yeah.
Where they do the high five grip.
Secret handshake thing.
Yeah.
Snap their fingers.
Awful. Anyway, so for a moment, we have this situation.
Sexual drama.
Yes, the girls are jealous. But then he immediately shows up in their apartment.
With a dress he bought her.
Yes, that's right. They were out before she liked to dress. And he says something clever about, I don't know.
I know your size. I know you wear dresses.
Yeah, seriously.
It's just I didn't how did you know? I wear dresses.
I didn't even think about that detail. Also, I don't think she wears a dress in the entire film, but whatever. She's typically in a bikini top.
Then they go for their adrenaline rush. They go diving.
Yes.
And that's the weird scene where afterwards they're
shark-infested water.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where they kind of pretend they do a little thing like they had sex because they're like, oh, that diving. I'm worn out.
Yeah, that's right.
That's very odd.
Yeah, so they have a montage, and she says to him, sensory overload, huh?
Yes.
The rush will last for hours. As he's sitting there, just staring.
They're both sitting in their swimsuits.
Yes.
Yep.
And then they're about to kiss, the kind of kiss, and then a phone rings.
On the boat? Oh, or is it
yes.
a cut and edit?
Yeah, no. On the boat.
It doesn't matter.
It's on the boat.
The boat.
Yeah, regardless.
It's 2004. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep thinking this movie was made in the 70s because it's so 70s.
And I think it's them finding out that Tassi's been killed. So, yeah. Anyway, that's one. Yeah.
He goes to see the crime scene. It's totally anybody can walk in.
Yes.
Look at the dead body.
Yeah. Yes. And so they go in and they see him. Weird. I wasn't doing a thumbs up, but the thing. Anyway.
But the man with no hair shows up too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He shows up at the scene of the crime and he's just by the police watching.
And Max looks at him and he has a flashback again. But he's not in the flashback, is he?
I don't think so.
He has the flashback about killing the man. Yeah, then he has a flashback about hurting himself when he was taking pictures at the annual Piccadilly Flower Festival where he accidentally killed a rose bush. I don't know if you saw that.
Then the flashback of when he was at the cycling competition, but he accidentally sat on a bicycle without a seat.
Right.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
So, but yeah, that's where that Moko guy said, "Sorry, I've been dissing you, man. Tassi was a good man. He was everyone's friend."
Yep.
And that's when they do the weird.
They become friends.
Yeah, over the dead body.
Because doesn't Moko say, yeah, that jade statue, that's all he talked about. He was just on and on about his jade dragon statue.
Yeah.
Blabbing it to everybody.
And the movie just gets, I mean, the movie's been very great and tight up to this point.
Oh, you think so?
Now it starts to get muddled.
We realize some dangerous people want it back. Mm-hmm. Does Max know yet? Because the girl's like, "Oh, dangerous people want this."
No. The blonde lady gets in a taxi. It's one of the Asian ladies.
Oh,
she like goes to stab her.
Oh, it's terrible. It's both of them. Both of them are like, "We're going to go to the airport," but it's the lady assassin.
Yep. And they use
she can't even stab them. She sticks a sword in the back seat, slices her a little bit. She has like her purse or the dragon in a purse.
She knocks the sword away, and then she ends up getting like
and they run.
Yeah, cut in the side.
She's a terrible ninja.
Yeah. Then the Asian lady. I wrote the Asian lady does kick ass with swords because there's some other big fight scene, which I don't know. You remember who she was fighting? The Asian, but then some dudes go for Max Havoc and they say, "Don't attempt the impossible. You'll only die harder." That was actual
I
dialogue.
missed that.
Yeah. Chrissy gets kidnapped. Stupid stuff happens.
And Jane, after she's kidnapped, Jane says to Max, there's all this made up drama. Like, you're probably not going to help me. She says, "Men are like mascara. They run at the first sign of tears."
Oh my God. I missed that line.
The worst part about this whole, you're probably going to point it out too. She agrees, yes, I got to bring it back. It's theirs. If I bring it back, they won't kill me. They make a whole arrangement. And for some reason, they kidnap Max after they agreed. Because they're like, "You're going to call and get that here right now." So he calls Jane.
Yeah.
And first she doesn't answer, and then she's like, "Oh, battery died." Remember that?
You could be making stuff up. I like blacked out for a while.
She didn't charge her battery for this important day.
Sure. Well,
anyway,
I literally wrote my notes. I wrote stupid stuff, and then I wrote in, "Why wouldn't they just give over the dragon?"
No, they keep. Yeah.
It has no value. There's no.
Max meets this whole black dragon group with a woman in charge.
Yep.
Who has sunglasses. It's not Aya, right? It's a different one.
It is a different one.
Yeah.
Which confused me because
she tries to eat up the scenery, but doesn't quite succeed. But she tries. She's the only person.
Yes.
She's the one that says, "Bring us the statue in 12 hours."
There's just a bunch of all these stupid details that I don't care about.
After the ads for guns and penis enlargement, I got an ad for.
Now I'm interested.
RuPaul's Drag Race. So I was like, who's watching this movie?
I think they do it based on what you have watched previously.
I guess so. I guess so. So I get those films of monkeys masturbating.
Good God. I don't even know what to do with that information.
So Max still wears sandals. This is where I noticed it.
Yeah, me too. See, and he realizes that Asian
Jane, she doesn't answer. Charge your phone.
He realizes that Asian dude with the flower is the same one that killed his friend because he's wearing the flower. Big deal. He
gets in a fight with them.
Yes.
Defeats them all, and he jumps off the balcony onto a jet ski and gets away.
What movie did you watch?
You didn't see that?
Yeah. Okay, that scene. Yes.
Because the man screams that he gets away, and the Japanese samurai black.
Okay.
He screams.
Yeah. Okay. I'm jumping ahead to the next fight scene.
Oh, all the way where David Carradine says, "I'm going to come handle this myself."
Yes.
You guys are clowns, which they are.
Yes. And the Asian dude snaps his fingers and a bunch of people attack.
Yes.
And then David Carradine snaps his fingers and they stop.
Are we at the very end?
Yeah, I'm just getting there.
So. Well, before we get to the end,
let's hear it. Let's hear a list.
No, it's just another bad line.
Let's hear an age-old question.
Before they go on this mission, I think Max says to Christy, he says, "You got a lot of heart, Christy. You'll make a great heart surgeon."
Oh, God.
Did you miss that one, too?
I didn't write that one down, but I just...
So, yeah, they meet with David Carradine. Is this where at the end? This is the climax?
Yes.
And they each choose a champion, and the man with no hair on his head fights Max.
And no eyebrows. Yes.
With no eyebrows.
Alopecia.
Yeah.
But he
Max,
takes up his flower, takes off his jacket, and then he's in suspenders and pants.
Yes. Cool.
So,
come on. You didn't like that?
No, it was a look. Tim's making me say this because he's wearing the same thing right now.
Yes. So, Max wrapped chains around his arms.
Yes.
And fought off his sword.
Yeah, that guy had a sword, which they filmed at the worst angle because you couldn't tell it was a sword.
Oh, no, they didn't want you to see how fake it was, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was awful. I thought it was like just a rod at one point because they filmed it so poorly. Max wraps his chains around his hands and punches the sword in half.
Yep.
And then he flashes back to killing the guy in the ring, but this time he pulls his punches and doesn't kill the guy.
Yep.
And then he gently pushes the guy's head to the ground.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
And David Carradine only cares about honor, nothing else. So he says, "You won. Give us the jade statue," and that's fine.
Yeah,
and he gives her a sword.
Yeah, he says, as an apology for your sister, here's a sword.
What did they do? It's
so weird.
And
the Asian guy disgraced them, so they have him commit seppuku.
Yeah, he spared his life, but he has to kill himself anyway.
But to kill yourself, you take your suspenders off.
Yes.
So he lowered his suspenders and then he killed himself.
You're really into those suspenders.
I mean, I was wondering, like, I need to learn customs. I need to know when to wear your suspenders, when not to. When you're fighting, yes. When you're killing yourself, no. So
well, that's it. Then we go to the worst party.
Yeah, then everyone's dancing.
It's a party with young girls that you and I would find annoying. They're like 20. They're jumping up and down.
Yeah,
they're singing into microphones, I think. Can you imagine a worse party? People singing into microphones. It's like a podcast. Only people are shouting.
I was just gonna say. Then Jane says to what's his name, Max? What would you call a handsome, intelligent man? And he goes, a rumor. She goes, no, right here.
Wow.
So wait. So what is the answer to her question? What would you call a handsome, intelligent man? Right here. It doesn't make sense.
He's here somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where, but I'll find him.
He says, "Do you like parties? I like parties."
Your dialogue makes more sense than the actual dialogue. Also, then the sister comes in and she's like, turns out the sword's worth a lot of money.
Which we all knew, yeah.
Yeah. And she says, would I lie to you? And then she says, I sure as hell do love you. Once again, not responding to the question that was asked.
Nope.
And then Max goes over and grinds with the singers.
Right.
There's these girls singing and he just starts grinding against them. And then he's like, oh, it was great meeting you, so-and-so. It's like, who are these people? No, it's not it. Because then Moko or whatever his name goes, he goes, Nanu, may the force be with you. I am not making this up.
No, I wrote that down.
Yeah. I'm like, Jesus, this
maybe in Guam, Mork and Mindy is still a top show that they watch all the time.
Yeah, it was just airing there for the first time. And may the force be with you.
I meant that was it, as in Max did say goodbye, like, see you later. Yeah. I'm going to go shoot pictures somewhere else.
Good God. So then the leads finally are on a beach with the sunset. They talk about meeting up in the States.
Mm-hmm.
And then they finally kiss.
And then?
Yes.
And then he's at school. It's the 1950s. No, I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Is that meant to be an Indiana Jones reference?
No, for Grease. Remember, that's the flashback in Grease on the beach.
Yeah, you're right. Summer Lovin'.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Okay.
That's the sequel I didn't write.
So
that's it. The end.
Good movie.
Something we've been doing here lately. I like to point out what this movie stole from Star Wars or was inspired by Star Wars.
Okay, I'm interested.
Well, in this movie, Kevin, Moko says, "May the Force be with you." I think he stole that from a movie called Star Wars. Do you want to do what? The last time you were here, did you do Labyrinth like George, or you have your own movie? You want to say how this movie's like Passion of the Christ or something?
I'll say how this movie is like. Hold on. How this movie is like Max Havoc, Ring of Fire.
Okay.
They both star the same actor who plays Max Havoc.
Is that it?
Yes. Also, Dean Cain shows up in the sequel.
I was going to say, what
the villain.
Cameo?
Dean Cain.
Ooh, what year was that?
I think it's like 2006.
When did Smallville come on?
That's a good question. That's how I knew him.
Yeah.
So
poor guy hasn't been in anything I've seen. He got typecast.
Yes, but he does Hallmark movies, those type of movies. I think. Oof. Yeah, he fell into that land.
Ouch. Let's do Revenge. Wherever you are, wherever you're hiding, I'll find you.
Revenge. One of us will die.
You didn't do one, but we make up sequels here. I'm going to play my music.
I don't believe in revenge.
Sequels to this movie. So in the next movie, Kevin.
You know who believes in revenge?
Me?
Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney does.
Good God.
You look him up. You just read about Mickey Rooney.
I will. So wait, I'm supposed to interrupt your story? That's what George does?
If you have questions. Not too much.
If I have questions,
I'll let you know.
You'll let me know when to interrupt you. Okay.
In the next movie, in this different universe where Ring of Fire wasn't made, in the next movie, Max is sent to take pictures of the Central Park birdwatching contest. It's a popular event.
You're going to draw a picture of this for your blog?
Nope. It's a big event with a lot of brooding.
Wait, why wouldn't you?
Brooding people.
That's what you do.
It's on hold for now.
Okay.
Got busy.
Okay.
But it's an event with a lot of brooding people. Brood. Anyway.
No, I don't. Wait.
That brood of birds.
No, I say murder of
crows.
Birds.
Crows. That's a murder of crows.
Any group is a murder.
Nope, murder crows.
It's a business of ferrets.
Check out a comic book I drew called Catalyst, Agents of Change, issue 2 or 3, where a murder of crows flies and confuses Mecha's radar in his metal suit.
What a name drop.
Yeah, because that's a hit series you know about, right?
What year was that? 1992?
93.
See? Okay.
You read it, right?
Which one?
The whole series. Come on.
Yes, I've read everything you've done. Wait.
He's taking pictures in Central Park, the bird watching contest.
Bird watching contest, gotcha.
And he sees a pretty girl in a bikini. She's hiding in the bushes, watching the birds, watching the bird watching contest, eating a bagel. And Max has a flashback to the day he accidentally killed a bush while photographing the Druid convention. But suddenly, he sees that the bird-watching judging mobile that is driving by, it blows a tire, and it runs off the road, and it's headed right for this pretty lady who doesn't hear or see it. So he runs, and he pushes her out of the way, and he saves her life. He says, "You're safe now." And she says, "I am safe now." She says, "My name is Judy." And Judy admires his big muscles, and she asks Max to come back to her place where they meet her younger sister, Claire.
What's her last name?
Their last name is Wonderful.
I like it.
Judy and Claire Wonderful.
Yeah, I like it.
And when Max learns their name, he says, "That is wonderful for you." Judy explains that she borrowed money from the Central Park Aviary Assassins Guild to put her younger sister, Claire, through hypnosis school. Because they have nothing. They have no money. She's just taking care of her little sister. And if they don't pay this loan back, they're going to come after her for revenge, and she doesn't have the money.
When you say little sister, you mean 6-year-old, right?
Yeah, she's 6 years old.
Yeah, it's okay.
But still, hypnosis school is expensive.
Yes.
So they need to pay this money back. So Judy tells Max she managed to get into the popular quiz show known as the Big Nest Egg. It's at the end of the birdwatching competition. It's big prize money. She can pay off the Assassin's Guild if she wins. So they have a few drinks.
This already makes more sense than the actual movie we watched, but go on.
They have a few drinks.
Yes.
But Claire's sister keeps Judy up all night. She uses her hypnosis skills she already knows to hypnotize Judy into being super smart, so she can win on the show. She hypnotizes her so she knows more bird facts than she knew before, I guess.
Than a person who knows a lot about birds.
Yes. So the next morning, it turns out that Claire, because she's 6 years old, she's a terrible hypnosis. And you can't really hypnotize people into being smart. But she did hypnotize Judy in a very strange way in that no matter what they ask her, all she says is bird. They ask her if she wants breakfast, and she just says bird. So they're worried, but they hope that she'll get over this by the time they take the 10-minute ride to the studio for the game show.
I can't wait to see the drawing on the blog of this revenge sequel.
So they get there. They get to the show. And she sees the big money category is things with bird in their name. So she says, maybe I have a chance, even if I don't get over this weird problem. My sister hypnotized.
Wait, she said that? I thought
to herself.
She could say
she can talk in her head.
Okay.
But she can only say bird.
Okay.
So the host is a guy in a suit. I don't know who he's played by.
You dug deep here. Yeah?
Yeah, who's he played by? Who's the guest star?
It is
Gilbert Godfrey. No, I can't do his voice.
No. It's Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. Wow.
Yes.
So he says, first question. The trolley known as 563, used on Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn, it ran until 1963. Judy, what movie was released that year? Do you know, Kevin?
The Birds.
And Judy says, birds. And the host says, oh, I'm sorry. The answer is actually, I'm sorry. The answer is actually The Birds. I can't give you credit for that. And then the host says, on Sesame Street, there's a big yellow Muppet. And known as, and you know the answer?
Stuffleupagus.
Judy says, bird. And Mark Twain says, oh, I'm sorry. The answer is Big Bird.
I don't see where this is going.
Then the host asked.
Wait. No, the host was, I think it was JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
This lady was First Lady of the United States from 1963 to 1969 after I had died. Can you name this First Lady? And Judy says, Bird. And he says, sorry. The answer was Lady Bird Johnson. She was First Lady after I was assassinated. I can't do his voice.
I thought I was there in the studio with him.
So then he's replaced by a normal host.
Oh, yeah.
Who asks, H5 causes outbreaks in wild birds and poultry and other animals, and sometimes in humans. This is commonly known as, and Judy says bird. And he says, sorry, the answer is bird flu. Did you know that answer?
Sure.
Oh, here's one. Who you know this one? The host says, which of the new X-Men introduced by Len Wein and David Cockrum in 1975 died during one of their first missions?
Wasn't it? Don't tell me. Hold on. Was it?
Bird?
It was.
Bird?
Was it?
Bird?
There's.
He says, nope, sorry. The answer is Thunderbird.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say the Native American guy. Yeah.
So last question. He's like, come on.
Warbird. That was his brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
The host says, name the last name of the famous basketball player whose first name is Larry. And she says, Bird. And the host says, sorry, no, it was Johnson. Larry Johnson.
Was there no one else competing?
So she lost.
She was also the only person competing.
Max, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You get your one chance.
Okay, I gotcha.
In the end, Max has to fight the Central Park Aviary Assassins Guild, and he beats them all while dealing with his flashback about killing that bush at the Druid ceremony. And the end.
Please tell me they were dressed as crows, and then he kills them all and says, talk about a murder of crows.
That's too smart for him, I think.
Okay.
He could have said that.
He just said bird.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what she said. And he said, they are all dead now.
Yeah. Max make them go boom. Yes.
Max says, you like bird? I like bird too.
She just
the
says
end.
bird. Okay.
I forgot to come up with a name for this movie. It's Max Havoc and the Curse of the Bird.
Let's see.
Curse of the Bird. I'm going to
okay.
check the mail. I'm going to renew the mail.
Okay.
Nobody wrote us. Dirk, why don't you write a letter? All right. Well, write us emails at Seddy Bimco with the E at gmail.com. You can follow us on all the socials that matter. There's one that doesn't exist anymore. And this logo was a bird.
I was never on that.
Yeah. You should join Blue Sky, Kevin.
That's what all the cartoonists are saying.
And then you can see me there.
Great. I don't see you enough.
I'm there, and Seddy Bimco is there. And Instagram. And I'm on a break of drawing. I'll put my thoughts up on the blog. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, good.
Social media destroyed blogs. No one. Is there any blog you read? You just go to social media and you're like, that's where people write one sentence, one clever sentence.
I never read blogs. I don't read people's social media.
Well,
no. I use the internet as a source of information for knowledge.
Well, some people wrote knowledgeable blogs. I don't mean nonsense blogs.
Okay. So where do you factor in?
Just my thoughts on the movie. Any last thoughts? Your other podcast is kind of on hiatus. You're on a podcast called Spaghetti and Freddy. Is it?
It could be coming back.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that every time because it could.
It could.
Pigs could fly.
So next week.
Yes. Yep.
And I picked a movie from Ohio. So from Ohio, in a movie I picked, we're going to watch Robot Ninja.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which is on Tubi. You've seen it?
Yeah, okay. I love that.
It's about a comic book creator who becomes a superhero, I read.
I just showed you my tattoo from Robot Ninja.
Oh, you do have that?
Yeah. Yep.
It's got like no ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, well. It's a sign of quality.
And you like it, for real.
I've never seen it.
Oh, wow.
Gee, Tim, thank you for having me here. Yeah. It was a blast, like always.
Again, thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
That's it? Nothing else? Okay. Join our Discord. I don't know how people join our Discord, but what happens if there's 1,000 people in the Discord? I have to be like, I can't talk to everybody. I can't be there for you.
You barely talk to me in there.
That's why Discord is like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm happy to talk to you all, but I don't have time to be there for you all.
Listen, there's other people there too.
Like you.
Yeah. I talk to everyone.
All right.
I respond to every message across like 5 Discords. So anyway, there will be a link in the show notes.
Oh yeah. All right.
To the Discord.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, be safe.
Thank you, Kevin. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Tim. It was great being here. Thanks, George. For nothing.
This has been a Pity Party Line production.
Party line, it's a party line.
Put the song in.
It's good. Oh, wait. Hey. I thought... So, did you break your streak of the age-old question tying into the movie? Your streak of like 2 episodes?
Well, this has men and women kissing.
Okay.
This movie.
What a stretch. What a stretch.
In the Prince Charming vein.
Even Mr. Fantastic would say that's a stretch.
Wow.
That's for George.
You should say Plastic Man. Most people
I was gonna say Plastic Man.